For example, Takashi knows very well. For example, Japanese try to bring the most advanced technology to implement project in Asia Pacific,
Right.
but they actually don't want to do that. European people the same. We don't. Are you going to hydrogen engine? No, I don't want to implement hydrogen engine. Too advanced in Europe. We just only the EV is good enough to. But Japanese company try to sell it.
Right.
But they don't want to do that. That they don't want to making a joint venture with their company, right?
Right.
Second class technology, in some cases, very good enough for them to implement
Right.
instead of most advanced.
Right, because also like what we told before, like basically, in the United States, in the Western world, we believe in release early, release often. So we're still in the early release stage of the electronic vehicle. This is being tested by the market to come up with the best technology, push that, and that is we are still in the electronic vehicle stage. Why would we basically go into this new stage? Because it's not only the vehicle, it's also the filling stations that are a big problem. You need to work with governments, you need to persuade them, you need to actually get all kinds of legal problems done, work with governments. You need to be very, very much ingrained into the market that you're going to sell, otherwise it's not going to be a success. Now, do we really have the power and the connections to actually move the American politics and the legislative bodies to start allowing for these filling stations and to arrange that? I don't think so. So that is technology, but you already, before you even start develop the technology, how are you going to sell that? That's very difficult.
You mean in Japan?
It outside of Japan.
Oh, okay, outside Japan, but American people try to make a rule for electric vehicle, and they try to consider the same as for drone. But Japanese people cannot thinking about EV rule and drone rule, so it takes time.
So drone, they basically outlawed it, no? I think they
America, no.
In Japan. So that after a drone landed on the Diet building, they completely stifled it.
America is okay, China is okay. So why okay? Problem is issue is in the case of China and America, they got the accident. Okay, not try to do it again. Right? Japan is big problem.
So
and try not to do that. Never happen. Just stop it.
Right.
Japanese
stop everything. Like so that now we have the new Minpak law. It's coming up. It's the new Minpak law. So in this law, like in Naha, we had a beautiful house right in front of the ocean. Then we applied for a license. It was denied. Why? Because in 450 meters away from that house, there is a school. So if there is a school within 500 meters, it's rejected. What kind of people do they think live inside of a Minpak house? It's like they are not terrorists or something. But okay, so that's Japanese law. So it's like we have to be careful before everything else.
Why they are thinking about kind of culture do they have? Why?
Mamoru. I don't think that they don't have any hope to win anymore. They want to hold on to what they have.
One example, always I'm skeptical that the Japanese government treatment is from Shinjuku to Kishijoji, and several kilometers from Shinjuku to Kishijoji. No tall building. No tall building. You cannot make a tall building from Shinjuku to Kishijoji. It's ridiculous. If they're going to allow them to make tall building, real estate cost will be down to half. Okay? All small houses, first floor, second floor, third floor, not more than that. Stupid.
But it's beautiful. I mean, we have the same laws in the Netherlands.
No, Netherlands, you just make a law, like over 60th floor should be residence.
Right.
Japanese is every office building. So kind of changing the laws. the real estate cost is drastically down and spread all over Japan, we can much more get prosperity.
Yeah, but there is something to be said for maintaining your landscape and maintaining nature, because we already have so many buildings. We are in a society where population is shrinking.
Japan?
Yeah. We're in a shrinking society. There's not that much nature.
No, I'm talking about real estate cost.
Right.
It's too expensive compared with the States. Oh, Hong Kong is the exception, but Japan is, I think, real estate cost should be half. No, we don't need to pay the kind of money for small house. Right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know whether Japan should build more buildings.
So Japanese people, it means narrow mind, like everything for drone. If we're going to allow the drone, we are more transportation.
Well, I think in general, people in Japan tend to be very risk averse.
Yeah, why?
Because maybe we reached. I mean, the period from just after the war is still very vivid in everybody's minds, and now look at us. We are so rich, we are so wealthy, and so stable.
America is the same.
Yeah, but America has a they still have a well, let's put it this way. In Japan, like the bottom of Japan is much higher than the bottom of the States.
That's right.
So there is much more cohesion. There is a very comfortable vertical distance. Society is homogeneous. We all have money. So if we are really going to challenge it, then this will grow, and this will go up, and this will go down. And what will it do with cohesion in society? It will be less and less and less, and before you know it, we have a situation that we have in the United States, where there is all kinds of things going on that are undesirable, like poverty, like crime, what do you have? So Japan tends to be, they say, okay, look at it. Do we want to be the next United States? Do we want to be the next Europe? No, we already have enough. Our society is as good as it is. Japan has very good traditional values. Let's hold on to them as long as we can.
I agree. So what's going on?
So I think the point is that, okay, what time is it? What time is it? That's the key question when it comes to the future of Japan. Looking at demographics, looking at everything else. What time is it? Is it 2 minutes to midnight, or is it only 9 o'clock in the evening? That is the question. I think that Japan has opportunities, but that there is no sense of urgency.
Okay, that's the reason why I believe Japan has no. It's not opportunity. Well, Japan is already mature, and 120 or 25 million people, no growth, no problem. They are still already well-being.
Right.
And they're satisfied. They do not expect more.
But we are racing
but
to
I'm
the
talking about 500,000 people. They go outside and they try to get more improvement. They're asking for more innovative action they want to take. So it means Japan don't need to change. Okay, Japanese people are very much satisfied at the current status.
Right.
They are not expecting more.
Right. But
are they expecting more, or
are we actually capable of maintaining what we have?
Yeah,
if the world around us is changing,
they can.
Really?
What else they are expecting for? Current level is good enough.
But I see a lot of things like this new technology is going to change. Like the life for taxi drivers is not going to remain the same. Life for shop staff in the convenience stores is not going to remain the same. Things will change, and if Japan's industry doesn't become more competitive, they will be up for sale and up for grabs for more competitive economies. I wonder whether we are really capable of maintaining the status quo if we don't grow with the rest of the world.
But Japanese, I tell you, okay, I'm a senior person, and the government will pay for me if single. I'm married but single. They just pay for me single, okay?
Right.
100,000 yen every month.
Right.
Good enough for living if I'm single.
If you have your own house.
No. Even if I don't have, I just Tokyo municipal cities condominium here. This is a monthly payment, 40,000 for single person. And how much money are you going to for the food? 30,000. So just in total 70,000.
Plus gas, electricity, and medical expenses.
Medical expense is I'm just only paid 20% of the medical charge.
Right.
Right? Right, 20%. And I'm going up to 75, 10%. Then, what happened? If I want to drink, I'm going to Yoshiwara. Do you know the area for the former concubine area? Not concubine. What's the prostitute area? Show area? They have very cheap drinking place.
Right.
Like rent room is also very cheap, 2,000 to 3,000, very cheap a day. And drinking place is very cheap. You can eat and drink 2,000 good enough. So you go there a couple time per week. What else do you need? And that kind of drink place is also the senior woman there. You can enjoy those people. So Japan is a very happy country. I tell you, 100,000 is good enough. I don't need more. If I want a wife, they're going to pay for me 150,000. I told them, I have a wife. How come you don't pay for me 150,000? They answer me, oh, you get married after 65 years old. You cannot get it. Yeah, this is strange rule, but anyway, I can't get 100. Maybe wife is one young, that's the reason why, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm good enough, 100,000 people. So she going to she kick me out from her house. I don't care, you know. I even said I tried to find another woman to bring me up. So if she's working, I have no problem. Right? So this is, I think Japan is a happy country. Even if 10 years later, 20 years later, our country no problem at all. This is the current Japan. Okay? So but around the world, that kind of country exists in the world.
But everybody gets 100,000 yen?
Oh, yeah. If
Everybody
you worked for 20, 30 years in a company.
So
it means
which is true for most people.
You're self-owner. Is no, they can. I don't know. Maybe they can get money, but if you employ, no problem. But I think self-employed. I think maybe they can get money, but I don't know. Maybe they can get money. Government will pay.
Well, I need to pay pension anyway, so.
They'll pay something.
So I need to pay pension. Just the only difference I believe is that I need to pay it myself. It's not paid by the.
So like a big company employed person, they got additionally company pay until die more. So some people, my friend of mine, he was senior vice president of Mitsui trading company. So in total he can get 500,000 Japanese yen. 5 times more than me. So he's fairly good life.
Right.
Good life.
Right. I think there are a lot. Most elderly people in Japan have a pretty good life.
So it means okay.
But that generation, that will die, and then the government will take 50% of their wealth, and the next generation will be not as good off as the current generation.
Oh, okay. You just need to consider for exactly IT innovation. The world is changing.
Right, but so what is going to happen with the next generation when they cannot have like a big inheritance and basically when the government needs to pay for more people on unemployment? Because are we going to be able to re-employ taxi drivers? Are we going to be able to re-employ the people
this
who work?
This is taxi drivers in future. They don't need to work. And government will pay for you. Reason is I tell you, okay? Technology advance, technology advance means we have we have tremendous amount of mineral reserve in our Japanese territory, Pacific Ocean. Mineral reserve, precious mines. But current technology, we can dig it out. Okay, 1,000 meters deep. But 10 years later, we can dig it in the 1,000 meters deep for precious mineral, like for electric vehicles, battery or some kind of raw material. Japan has a lot raw material under the water. So if they can dig it out, they can get a lot of money. Tremendous reserve, I don't know, 50% of the share of reserve in the world they have. Sort of things happening in the 10 years later, 20 years later. So world is not stable. So it's considered for kind of advanced technology, we're going to take care of the Japanese people, even if taxi drivers, the unemployment, never mind. Problem is, of course, we have. Okay, this is a senior member, no job. Like a man and woman stay in condominium, stay in the house, at home. What happened? Right?
Kill each other.
No, not kill it. Divorce anyway. But not only divorce, and 10 years later, 30% of the household is going to be single, especially men single. This causes a lot of problem. Mental issues. Mental issues. Who's going to take care of it? Right? So a lot of strange people coming out, right? How are you going to handle it?はい、皆さんこんにちは、雲野です。今日はですね、雲野塾の研修のプログラムをご紹介したいと思います。で、こういうふうなホームページありますけれども、ぜひですね、一度中身をご覧になっていただきたいと思います。今日はブーキューブさんのスタジオに来て、この収録をしておりますので、中身はこういうふうになってて、今最近ホットなね、グローバルリーダーの定義など書いてあります。で、特に経団連が作成しました留学すれば英語ができて専門性を持つというだけではですね、グローバルリーダーになれないとここに書いてありますようにですね、仕事ができる専門性を持つ英語ができるだけじゃなくてですね、私どもの塾ではリベラルアーツということ、それからもう一つは孫子の平和、さらにはですね、日本の歴史というものを合わせて教えることによって皆さんが海外の欧米の方々ともしくは華僑圏の方々と正々堂々と渡り合えるような人物を育成しようというふうなことを考えています。ここに次のスライドが出ておりますけれども、ここに書いてありますのはですね、さらに、私どもの雲野塾の中身につきましてはですね、欧米の資料しか使っておりません。また実際に雲野塾は英語でやっておりますので、英語の講師がこう話しておりますけど、学習はですね、日本の歴史をまだ教えてますので、学習の午後はですね、日本のプログラムをしております。で、以前はこれ有料だったので、今はですね、実際に会場費も取っていただいておりませんで、毎回5000円ということで、朝9時から午後5時までやっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんですね、ご検討の上ご参加いただければと。英語のできない方もですね、学習の午後こういうふうな研修をしておりますので、ぜひご参加いただければというふうに思っておりますので、よろしくお願いします。で、ここにさらにですね、グループ討議とか実務の勘どころを教えると書いてありますけど、実際には私が10年ほどですね、欧米の新聞とか雑誌等をですね、集めてきた、もともと英語のベースでございますので、そうしたものをですね、50セッションのテーマに分けて資料を作成しております。そういうことで、世界のオペレーション、もしくはカントリーリスクも含めてですね、しかも世界のトップの方々に対してもいろいろな分析とか洞察をしてですね、議論をしております。そういったことも含めてですね、今後ともよろしくお願いしたいと思います。 以上で私の挨拶を終えますが、今回のこのビデオの収録にあたってはですね、V キューブさんのスタジオをお借りしてですね、お時間を頂戴して、このビデオを作成させていただきました。よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。